today, the 17th day of November 2020. We can talk about the bill within our parliament right now, where the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, where this particular administration they try to create, and on the footnote for Timapa, where the chief minister na in charge of that, I build the dinner parliament right now. Waiting to happen that day with chief minister being good. One look into that. One make we pay attention because we're talking about the peace and national cohesion, where we all know say right now, you get gallop na salon. And if we forget them right, we need everybody on board. Okay. Make we give the COVID-19 status update for today. The labs them analyze 568 tests. 568 tests, now the labs them analyze. And out of that 568 day, one turn out for be positive. Remember, Sunday na been 0, Monday na been 0, Tuesday we get 1 positive. From Musai, from Western Area Urban. Western Area Urban, and we get the 1 positive case. So because of this 1 positive case, that's how the numbers then look now. The cumulative confirmed case now don't reach 2,392. The one the Modena Isolation Center, 495. For one reason, that number is just our normal. But to the watch, the cumulative recoveries for the past 24 hours, we only get 1 person who recover from COVID-19. Cumulative recoveries now don't reach 1,823. The one them where they in quarantine, I think this is not the lowest we don't ever get, 54. Only 54 people they in quarantine at the entire country. That's the lowest we've got since the 31st of March, where we get with first case. The one that we don't discharge from quarantine at 12,106. Make we peep na the Mano River Union countries them. For today, Guinea get 30, Liberia get 5, Sierra Leone get 1, and Ivory Coast get 12. Then they give you a total number of 48. Cumulative death, same like yesterday, Sierra Leone 74, Guinea 75, Liberia 82, and Ivory Coast 128. We give you a total number of 359. So, the COVID-19 status updates look like for today. The same, say then they get within the NACOVAC can get within them call big idea for the week. But they cannot get the big idea for this week because not the same big idea they gave for last week. They ask within now the 1 meter difference if somebody able for differentiate 1 meter difference. And then begin last week. Let's see what's in the count next week because they never ever repeat, but now see they don't begin repeat. Now repeat they will not enter. The idea they repeat, new idea need flow. I go back. I begin to go back. I was like, as I said, no, this is something them be don't give. Then I go cross check back and I find out say I was right. So now be the same big idea. Then they ask we, say if you able to tell the difference with the map, then they explain to we what it look like. Make we come inside we program proper for today. The bill entitled the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, the Chief Minister be present na Parliament last week. Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. Peace and national cohesion right now, it get pothole na salon, it get gallop na salon. But today, the soccer we play, the football we play, don't able make me and you know say Leoneans, we can still come together and talk one word and one language without colors. We know say from where this administration come, that same way then they try for put together an independent commission. Where for say all this chamo talking camp and color and all this party business and all this neighbor business, we go able to live in peace, because now only when we get peace, now we go get development. Usai peace no day, usai cool arts no day, usai things them not the way suppose for make we get peace, development go be scanty. No good day. So because of that, this administration say they want to come up with the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. How? But you know it's in. Make we go to Parliament through 98.1. Make we listen how it be happen. How the Chief Minister go there and go lay this bill na Parliament. Make we listen, yeah?
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I move that the bill entitled the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion Act 2020 be read the first time.
Voice of the Chief Minister, Professor David Francis, be they do the first reading of the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion Bill 2020. Where this bill, according to Professor David Francis, go help resolve
a permanent address in Sierra Leone, and that address is the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. Without peace, there will be no development. We all know that peace is a necessary development, and this is true for every community, every society, every country in the world. Sierra Leone is not an exception. So this self-evident truth, this global truism, is what has motivated the transformation of society into peaceful, developed, stable, and secure countries. This was followed by the Bintamani III National Dialogue Conference in May 2019. This bill is the realization of the President's audacious vision to build and win the peace in Sierra Leone as the foundation for national cohesion and long-term national development. It requires committed leadership to new Sierra Leone. This is what this Peace Commission bill is all about.
After the Chief Minister be done do first and second reading, Member of Parliament them been begin for talk about this bill. Also, Honorable Dixon Momo Rogers, the Member of Parliament for Constituency 100 Napujom District, been supports the reason why make the country need this bill.
All of us in this country, particularly us representing the people of this nation, are very happy for this type of bill coming in this way. We are going to make history as a parliament that it was under our regime that brought final and lasting peace to this country. Making sure that we Sierra Leoneans can go to bed without thinking that next morning, SO2, Medeman, no go fet Medeman, no go fet Medeman, Limbaman go give picking to Medeman for marriage. Mr. Speaker, the reason why I'm saying that is because most of the causes of the rebel war, and particularly the Dobosri war, has begun long ago to emerge in our constituencies, in our chiefdoms, in our societies.
Political tolerance. Now wanting this way the Member of Parliament for Constituency 023, na Nimiko Chiefdom na Kono District, Honorable Musa Fufana bin talk about.
We will want to see this bill being a bill that every political party should involve in the planning of this bill. The simple reason is because this bill will most successful political parties are in the center of this bill. Because it's not a secret that every conflict in this country is being carried out or fueled by political parties. With political parties, all of us can popularize this bill and we can decentralize the bill.
This commission in Dewana Salon, now one thing this way civil society organization them be done the push for from the Bintumani 3 conference. But during the first and second reading of the bill, civil society them not been in a parliament.
You hear, eh? Say civil society, they not been there. You hear the last honorable we talk. I want me to pay attention because this get for do with peace and with national cohesion. And this are the house where they discuss them. Even though they say they want for make history for saying that they pass them. You don't want to pass something where no get substance. You want to pass something where everybody supposed for they on board. If not 100%, but as long as the majority is there, the other one, they're not going to get any reason but for jump in and make we get a lasting peace in Sierra Leone. Continue for listening.
With this, according to the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Sengepo Solomon Thomas, say, not for B, as then say for involved in the process.
Passage of this bill, Parliament invites CSOs to be here because the CSOs of this nation
that is related now
should not only be interested in conflict situations.
Yeah, you say when they're ready for pass the bill, and then for invite civil society, then for cancel them. What about when then they discuss the bill? Civil society not for they among. They not for don't invite them even to this first and second reading where the chief minister can do. Eh? Civil society not for day. But I'll continue for listening, yeah?
They should be interested in a bill like this to be here. Because this kind of bill, Mr. Speaker, is so historic. We should ensure that they are here and listen to the debate.
During this debate, Member of Parliament them na the main opposition APC party not been take part. Where this according to the Member of Parliament from constituency 046 na Koinadugu district, Honorable Daniel Brahma Koma, he say the reason for this now because they're not able to get the document before the debate starts.
Every Sierra Leonean who is above 25 years old is quite aware that nothing can go on in this country in the absence of peace. For which I commend the Chief Minister. This Parliament cannot sit with the absence of peace. For that bill to come here without respecting the provisions of SO 47.2 is disappointing. A pre-legislative scrutiny and discussion of a bill in camera may be arranged.
Make you listen, yeah? Because now this issue get stumbling block. Eh? Until we hear waiting the honorable they read. So listen between him and the papa na the house, na parliament. Yeah? Dr. Abbas Mundu. Listen them all too. About Usai I feel say if we miss them, we go miss them big time. And also some people then go get their own idea, it's fine. But if we talk about national peace and cohesion, we're supposed to get everybody on board. Because in the claim now say, na that money then go get there. After the dog I told thing done. Who are the contributors? When I don't write told thing done, they can't shape paper, then when I expect all man for agree. But again, not take one side for the story because another person therefore can talk. Low, listen.
Where necessary. I'm coming between members and the minister or member in charge of a deal. Such an encounter may be open to the participation of stakeholders. Mr. Speaker, there are stakeholders to this peace.
They talk now say they're not being called them for make the all sit down. Make them talk about this thing. But the SOA in read say where necessary, then for sit down and talk. The Speaker of the House say, where necessary, and then in one team up. So you don't think, say, for a national peace and cohesion, it was necessary, Because because the law say where necessary, then just take and say this not necessary. Continue for listening.
The establishment of this commission, the Inter-Religious Council should be here if this opportunity is given. Mr. Speaker, my point here is this particular bill is more than necessary because in the absence of peace, nothing can proceed in this country.
The Inter-Religious Council, they don't invite them. The civil societies, they don't invite them. How do we want to have... If you really... When we're talking about national peace and cohesion, it's different from them build them, where then the care go, we get party, it's different. It should be national. Everybody way for involved, supposed for day for that first and second reading day. That time they will know say all man who that for don't get a forehand, for don't get a before time. Now make I say we don't want to miss this opportunity. We don't want to miss this opportunity because the way it look they go so, but we'll continue.
Government cannot function. I only received mine this morning, so I don't have time. But due to non-compliance of SO 48.2, I could not do that. This is not an issue of political lens.
But this statement, according to the leader of government business, Honorable Matthew Sanyuma, said not to true.
Well, listen, because now two sides to a story. Now, we are waiting the Honorable Wede in charge of government business, waiting in the can reply now.
Let me come to the point of you saying you didn't receive the bill. I said the other time the documents, you go to SO 10, this document is distributed, all of them. I can confirm that one. Check at the front desk. People signed for it. There is document to the effect. Why do you want to play games? For the goodness sake.
You want these games?
Well, no, it's a game because you have quoted the standing orders that I don't think there's relevant towards that. And once you have read the 47 to all of these are conditionals.
There he say waiting aid na conditional. We mean say not a straight one. Not a straight one. Yeah. Salon. We lost them. The part 1, we'll tell you where the part 2, where the subsection they come. We then go mix up all thing for you. You go end up the ask back say, what's in that first one be say? Now the law will say, you say now that in a conditional. Continue for listening, yeah?
We have not discussed the bill yet. If there is need for us to have a privilege on it, we can do so. I believe in consultation and working as one. Cohesiveness is what I believe in. I did not just bring this bill because I want to. I did it in consonance with your leaders. It was on the order paper. I shared it with them. We have been working in line with the provisions of the standing orders.
As this bill long go through the first and second reading, it's still then at the well of Parliament. So the member of Parliament them go ready for debate and turn them to law. For Radio Democracy, Princess Pias.
One for tell Radio Democracy, thank you, because now through them make me you able for your ladies. Yes, it don't go to Parliament, but already it has been documented. The Chief Minister don't care and go. And I do will land say, even that first and second reading where the Chief Minister go do so, Inter-Religious Council not did it, civil society not did it. It was just like, okay, we don't put this together. Now this now the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, and they build this and put it on a table. And I know I make we reach to the extent now when people ask question, you are labeled. Because we see say the leader of government business, and that part say he be one for take. But since then be able for clarify and say, in be done again before, so there is documents to the effect. All right, we give all that a pass. Sometimes that one the other one they not be able for take notice. But what are we saying here? For us to get this peace, and I repeat and two things, we need for get a right now. We need for make everybody be happy. Even though, happy, but at least you are counted, your voice, the area. Now go make a more. If not, this one, for say, pauper, he know the work. He not go work. He go fail. And we don't want that. We don't want that. If something of national interest, we really benefit as a country. We really develop as a country, because these things now they go bring development na salon. Now they go bring development na salon. What do I mean by that? Peace and national cohesion. All of them they inside you. I see Kadia by the actual thing don't be documented. The bill, how if it happen na salon, waiting if it look like. Now here they talk about. Now the chief minister can go. Yeah, we be the talk then be big English then na parliament. How if it look like and what's not. Make we count Usfend. Make we hear waiting it gets for we on this one. Yes, Usfend, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, hello, Chipule. Thank you very much for giving the platform. Thanks very much for the way we can give information to you. And yeah, we talk about this new constitution, like or act they want for can bring inside this constitution, and something for do the provision for national cohesion, and they talk about try for bring peace. In other words, now a kind of a very tough task in any area where the country be just one don't come up and war, and one na country where not stable, or even a country where instability day even prior to a war. But here in the issue of peace, nothing will be done there at the table for years and years. If they don't try and then they bring them in different phases, apply, work. In other words, they apply them, but work, rather. So then bring them in different forms. Then first bring the first one, one the immediate one, one what the worst has been there, just go frame and that way they go talk that one way, then go do, with Yankaba go, and other people then go story and talk. That one would do that West Africa within the ECOWAS. And then ceasefire, okay? But the problem, they try for let it be a lasting peace. And a United Nations be behind this year. But then they say, the yield. That was because of certain areas, they were very volatile, would experience civil war, would not experience instability. The area then are the top areas then. And areas that with corruption, they back up again. And then areas with political tension today. So those areas are the areas where United Nations they try for look into implementing peace more. Then they implement them all over the areas that were affected, and not say Africa, outside of Africa, but then they pick out areas that more will look sensitive to that. But they never succeed in bringing peace with the strategies that would not apply all along. If they come, if they feel like say it died in another form, then it emanates in another form. The guns they don't drop them, so the people they fight each other, ambush not there, but it begin to come in another form of politics. So what the United Nations do, they find out they will try for guide these countries, we get a problem there. So they introduce all sorts of methods. The one for the corruption and bring that MCC. The one who have to develop the country economy, then bring that in the form of assess. And then they say we have to do this, then we bring for a certain package. So then bring the United Nations Development Program, because they get their program there. So they can get the United Nations rep. So that part of that one day they try to highlight, say, now two things relate. One, the youth. Second, peace. Then in between, they put conditions there now, what's on the sub, and so on, then they can be prior to this only for a year and insight. That what they try for saying now. They say for get a sustainable peace, you get forget for the manpower where you for enable, for let them able to do the work. When you enable them, that you they distract them from getting area where they will go for their peace not good day. That it comes to the civilian sector. But what is the government get for implement? Those are the strategies where every United Nation, they're not able to get. Because one, this is something to do with the culture. These are something to do with home base. And then they bring a far-fetched knowledge. So then 2 tier and then they get problem, how they get for married together and then they get sustainable. But still they know they give up, then they tell the government, they say, well, una get for develop the youth, una for give the guy they go get youth and then both there, una get for let the people understand the constitution, una get for una get decentralization. So that all I wanted they reduce is, all they solve different problem them. So they get away and book a subway. But the government left to now for come up with this peace accord, how they go able for implement them. Want to the peace accord, but a peace, kind of a peace commission, wherein they go able for institute them so the people and for them will get lasting peace. So the government will bring their solution there. But the question where you go ask yourself, because I don't want to look into it to decide where the government deal with them too much, but how they go able for interpret this, then go able for let them go able for get a message to the people them, or then go able for get an environment where the people them they go get their own voice, or they will get an environment where in the economy it look all right, or you will get an environment wherein the judiciary it really work with the laws them. So people will be treated fairly. So those are the areas that all where they relate. They govern everybody, but they get for relate. So these are the areas they not come out to the government decide what them for not employ in the first place where they want to bring these strategies. They might have employed them, but people in the complaint say they not tell we will not bring your idea for what we suggest or we debate. But the idea falls in bringing peace. It comes to areas wherein you get for involve everybody wherein they come to the table. And how you go able to achieve them? You go able to achieve them when you really look transparent in areas where people that will bring suggestions, and the transparency will come with fairness of suggestion. So you don't bring biasness. So you don't put a clause. Because you put the clause, so you don't want to invite the one that will object the clause. So the leaders then they shield them from the one they will get for Siam. Because the clause then are the last part of this tier will they bring up so. Now 1, 2, 3 parts of it, implementation and making it they involve they give a fair right, but they put the judiciary where the law did for that one, where they will choose a special body where they will say an independent body. That is the aim of an independent body get for Kande, where they get for CIA, like ACC day so. So now when they create employment, or they will just appoint some people that will be inside there. But you come back again to civic education. Will not they? Why they go back to that civic education? Because the civic education will not they way the one they would don't go able to learn them, they learn at a level way high. We not go able to foresee them. Now for that we see that they argue about SO 48, about the law subsection, because now they go able for learner. The people that were there class 6, year 6, they're not learner. Now after they learner, the other way they go secondary school, not learn them. So that is what they are trying to try for bring camp. The one they will go on a high level, now on a tertiary, on a university, that they go study the law. And a plenty of the leader parliament have right hearing this argument day. Because they not be allowed, let we for don't know them at an early stage, so that if they do something, who will contribute, that we are aware. But because they are the ones who know the law at that particular stage, because of there is no civic education, people don't know about this, or for worried about constitution, they go understand, or you understand a manifesto, when you go see when I read manifesto, all those things, it comes to civic education, what is we involve. So the people that they mature into them, and then they get fairness. So you go involve everyone. Look at the illustration of the rainbow. The rainbow, you only see the 7 colors of the rainbow when you get the cloud halfway on the back of the sky. Then you see sun don't come out. Then what rain don't come. So because the water been at the atmosphere, and they make you see the white color. But when the rainbow come together, now white color you see. That only because they pass through a spectrum. But now avoid those spectrum of seeing people's color, or seeing people's tribe, or see the people at a day. So those are the areas where they get identified. The tolerance a day, not only the tolerance where the man they try for say intermarriage. He might have just had a slip of tongue. There is no intermarriage, you get problem na salon in a major issue. In fact, the one the way they create resources, what Sunday we will leave this house, so they go table, you go color, you go makini. But when it is spike up, now because of politics. So now then they forget the problem of bringing the language of whatever they want to deliver. Now the language, what they bring. Now then they say they try for cut down rallies in the streets, like in the auditorium, which is very good. Because those are the suggestions where United Nations, they still there on, they get the window where they say, have your say. When they bring this United Nations 75 years, now peace and one pandemic. And just let the effect for them to achieve this so that they will be able to go. But is that the right route? You can always question. It's not the idea of doing it, which is very good, because that is what the people expect. But how you get for implement and then be able to reflect on the person? That is the big question. If you don't know, you can ask. They show you. Or you're doing it biasly, but people are want to onlookers, then they become very agitated, then they become moved. So instead of really create peace, they can add more and more stability. Unknowingly, maybe to you, or you don't mean them because of the strategy we use. So then therefore involve people who then go broaden them. Let people know they look at spectrum, all are one. Let not be a diverse who see this color, so we see this color. We're just the one, white. But how we go do another messaging, the education, then of course the economy. If they get economy, get people that engage in work, people that keeping them busy. You see, the thing will be long lasting. Thing that will not go affect them. Where then we implement something, they make a readiness. Then we just come to move the implementer, then they not prepare because when you want to pick it, and we don't buy the things then for them. But if you go say the wait for one board for and you know it will cost you more money. But if you go bring boats, if you don't get how the boats will repair, well, the money will not spend for them. Or if you go buy Okada, you don't get the right person. Then those are now the boat to car don't go far and everything in Nigeria can. Then the money go down waste. So it will be saying, well, I will develop, but there will be a delayance instead of it will be one way we will implement them. But the idea is involving everybody on the table, avoid diversity, and find methodology. If they bring out for the aim, all right. But that law, that third one, I don't know what in the BND. That thing they go by like, we do this and the whole you. Then at the part 3 of that law, I don't know in detail, but as well, like we do this, then we'll do this. The other two, now we're fair way for bringing the peace. So I only hope that they work out well. Thank you very much for giving the platform.
Thank you very much, Us friend.
You're most welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Make we come with Dr. Aissatou Kake Jallow. Make we hear waiting in get for we for today. Yes, Doctor, you get the platform.
Yes, hi. Good evening, everyone. I hope so everybody did do well. Thank you to Usfred for in submission. And in terms of this bill, for me, I think it's a good one. So as one of the members of parliament, as well as the chief minister in statement about the bill, how important it is to let the country, function properly, as to maintaining peace, putting aside, tribalism at the country, because now there are other ways than that we can really hold this country back for let we move forward, Low understands, we all not Sierra Leoneans, them, as we don't mention that before, where you get you national ID card or you get you Sierra Leonean passport, that passport not going to identify your tribe, your religion, rather it's only going to identify or say you born in a specific district, but, nationality in a Sierra Leonean, and we do see what violence don't do to a nation, just that civil war alone, thinking about it, or even reflecting on it for people like us that started with the war from Kwendu all the way to Freetown, how it affects many people, them, physically, health-wise, as well as, financially, and then, education, was like a problem. Many of us, we get for being relocated to different part of the West African nation, just so that we can continue with education. And many people that have been travel overseas, I'm sure many people would have rather finished school in Sierra Leone and go to university there. Yes, sometimes you look at it as if it's a privilege, that you were able to travel, but I don't think anybody wants to leave their country in that way. But so with this bill council, as long as it gets for maintain, not for let it maintain peace, for let we country function normally, so we can focus on things that we need for focus on. I think that's something where the Parliament get for embrace, for understand, say you cannot do anything, in the country or to help in the development of the country where there's problem. We wouldn't they get along. We wouldn't they always feel say, oh, mina mende, or mina timini, mina madingo, mina fula. Then we really get for put them behind. We understand, say now one Sierra Leone we get, now one nationality we get. And, nobody is against anybody in language or what they speak, but if we all focus, say, where you go to school, what they teach you? Now, English language, and they teach you. They need to go, yes, you can use a second language, which you say sometimes not elective, for make you just understand. But, at the end of the day, we all speak one broken English when at Creole. At the same time, when they learn English, in high school, primary school as well as university, and really that's not something where we feel say we all as Sierra Leone would embrace, and then we will try to see how best then we really implement this for it will become success in the nation and for people then do well with it. So I feel it's a good call for the chief minister. Now the work we be done to do, we want for really say we appreciate any good thing when they come on board. We definitely going to talk about things them where we feel say not they come on board, because for me, I know sometimes you they come up with something and you get audiences them where they disagree with the fact, say why talk about it if they already said they're not going to help with it, like last night. So to me, seriously, I will always talk about water. I would always talk about light and then healthcare and salon, because for me, then we can move forward. Well, some of we fellow Sierra Leoneans then just feel say salon not go rise, salon not go better. But for me, I believe in Sierra Leone. I believe since Salon will rise, Salon will better, Salon will become the nation where we want for it be. It's just taking time. It's taking so many things, and they block that way. We know, these violence sometimes, corruption sometimes, being too political sometimes. Now, the reason that makes some of the things that they come on board when they happen. So I just want to mention that again today, because, based on some responses, like I feel like, no, let's not think in that direction. Let's think in the fact.
Alex, we lost Doctor. Oh, see. Okay. It's like we lost you just now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but okay. Like I did just say, in life we get for try for be positive. So for no say, salon will better, salon will get, where it's supposed to be. And I be say, even a person in your own personal life, you get for be positive. If you always think about negative will be the outcome for you. But when you believe, say, your expectations and your goals them high, even if, let's say, you're looking at a goal of 90, 80, around there, but then you set your expectation for 100%. Trust me, when you get the 80 and the 90, you will not say, yes, now this I want. So for people like us, this is how I live my life. This is how I would always continue to advocate. And I really hope, say, my fellow Sierra Leoneans them will also think in the same light, because sometimes when you talk, you get the one that way they say, well, don't say that, because you know what, these people, they're never going to change. They're always going to be saying the same thing, and that's not the way forward. And for me, I'm always going to think positive. I'm always going to believe that we will get there. Sierra Leone is a beautiful nation. It's a beautiful country. We have everything that it takes. It's just greed and selfishness that keeps us behind, and with the hopes that can change. With the new measures that they put in place, things like having a policy or law in place that would deal with this tribalism, and as well as maintaining peace in the nation. That's what we would call for. the late Tijan Kaba is doing best in how it will maintain peace in the nation. And I also want to say with current president, if we can think about it, during the NPRC time, where then be overthrow, the APC government, where then come in, the president then been right after Valentine Strasser, now hand over the peace, try to keep the country peaceful. If not possible, we want to war now with country. I don't think that time we don't do that. So I really want to give kudos to President Marabio for that moment, because, from that point, we see that, he had leadership skills in him, even though things are not going the way we want it right now. But that moment, he did well. And if anybody get a time, go and listen to his TED Talk. There's a TED Talk where you do it in the directed, one of the IT site. You can Google it, or you go on YouTube. You listen to it. Just listen to the word and how he deal with situation at that time. And sometimes, even though we get disappointed with things, go back and listen to the person and try to remind them that, what, you said this before. We know it's in you, and you can do right for our nation. And I believe he's on the right path. It's just that he's surrounded by a few people that not really taking it seriously. So with the hopes that the last 2.5 years, he would really do well for Sierra Leone and focus on the three things that we talk about: wind, light, water, and electricity. Now, that one left on for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you.
I follow the comments on our Facebook. I see people and they talk about things that maybe don't happen before. If something not happen, you not go need peace. If something not happen, we require you for want peace, you not go call say you want peace. So it is good. Right now we're talking about this, even though now the implementation, getting everybody involved, now we want for C2. But even this first step, now a good step. Because if something not be done happen, we require for talk about peace, we not go talk about peace. Yeah? If everything is peaceful, if we don't need this kind of conversation, then this bill not go to Parliament. But now because something has happened, we require search. Now I make with the talk about time. Now I make then they try for get a bill, then they try for get a commission for peace and national cohesion. That's not the reason. So make we just get round so that we get a perfect understanding, yeah? Yes, caller, I live on here. You name and also the call from, please.
Alaji, the call from Maryland. Hi, everybody.
Yes, Alaji, you get 3 minutes, sir.
First of all, this thing what they bring a very good idea, but it will be very, 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 very transparent. Transparent in the sense that therefore involve all parties, because we're talking about decision making for the country. Not to one party no more they make decision for the country. Now every party will get representative in the parliament. And all the politicians and therefore involved, so that we'll be able to get a sustainable peace in the country. Because if they just can make us no more, then they say they want to pass into law, and they bring grievances, especially when the guy talks say, from where the country make, and then the first people who will try to make peace, let peace kind of the country in terms of this year wouldn't form so. In fact, for making that statement there. For say, now we're not the first party with the cover, then they show say it's kind of one-sided, for Biso. If for say this is what would they bring at the table for law can make less along go before. And then I see on a comment somebody to talk say why why we that they don't kill people. This is not the time for we talk about revenge. This is time for peace. Because if we start thinking about the past, yes, we can use the past for make the future, for the future better. But if we start thinking of the past and try to revenge, we will never go forward. We just do it in one place. Or we move backward, like how they move backward too. So for every country, for real effectiveness and transparency, therefore, everybody for involved. Everybody for involved for making the country go before. So the urge whoever they make this statement, especially the who make that statement, let go back on the wall, let pull out say now the first part when they try for bring peace in the country. That they bring division amongst the people within the parliament, or even with the representatives them, with the citizens that we listen to them every time. So please, Mr. Speaker, whoever you are, go back on the statement, not talking about the first part when they try for bring peace in the country. Then, like I say, for transparency, we need to involve all the parties them. Hopefully, this transparency will make sure, will come fair we. When they implement it, when they make us, let them implement it, let them put it into place, let it work. Because this one go talk, then second way they go no now one side they go be. Let them put on, let it work, let everybody know say this is what they go on. So now transparency, let everybody know say this is transparency, this is what we need. So if I can forgive me contribution, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Alaji.
No.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and who say you call from, please?
Yeah, good evening, AAA. I name Abdullah Bimara. I call from Paris.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, me just want to make me quickly on this one. The peace and cohesion we try for talk about. Now, one thing they really for understand, peace between we the Sierra Leoneans and yes, not true say we don't fight war. Not true say yes, there are so many things have been happened before. But let them know say we the people that we get peace between we self. Now then they always divide we. So then they use politics in any way. That they use politics for me to divide even the tribals people there for me they say this one this side come this one this side come. Now they bring all these things. Waiting really they for putting on the table, let them do what the people they want. This me always had the talker. All administration and salon they get their own policies and where they can have power. They all they try for use their own policies then. Then they use the country in law, waiting the people they want. The people that we get peace between ourselves. Because now true say yes, in all countries, any side where you go, that they get this knock much between themselves. But what if they for understand, let them try for put something in table, let them involve the youth man they first, the people they first where they see don't know more, they go fetch, they go create then no sense problem, where not even they imagine something that because of get nothing for do. Then we just imagine now. If you want bring peace, they tell me say I'm hungry. You tell me say Abdullah, I want make you make peace. Where you every day you post the boy, you tell me say Lord make peace. When nothing not in a meal table. Then we just reason now. If they want please the people them, let them at least try for do what the people they want, the people they need, the need of the people then. Now that's make we put in it. Triple, if you talk about it really long, that's a million contribution really for this night. Really, sir.
Thank you very much, Abdullah.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and who say you call from, please?
Yeah, my name Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Well, this is my good idea, Everybody, we know so everybody support that. But my own problem where I get with her is the chief minister, the foundation where one lay for this commission, now the wrong foundation. Now the wrong foundation. The billows, you don't begin to put the wrong foundation. If you see that house, they don't begin to bend. Till you to finish the house go bend. And at the long, you will see the foundation, they begin to get problem. So now so this commission, the chief minister wants starter. Number one, the key opponent there, the key thing the way for include inside. When number one, now the religious council. We not say any side the area peace commission there, any country, they must involve the religious council there inside. We see the example in Ghana, we see the example in South Africa with Desmond Tutu. We see all the side of the day because the religious council, neither they interact with the people there on Friday, na mosque, on Sunday, na church. So if they involve all this religious council, they're going to be able to preach out them peace message then to the people. Then, number two, they involve the civil society there. Whether they themselves go to be able to hold seminar there. Now the community, the councillors, the mayors there. Now the community there. The market women, the small group there. You call them all, they sit down at table, they draft this tier. Where they don't draft them together, then it can fall that now Parliament. Say, okay, me and them people are warlords sit down together. Now this we don't come up with because this now so the foundation the day. That the whole country will say really we're not ready for this peace. Because the key people then they left them out. So let's say now we don't go past this now law. They choose their own people there, their own party people there for be the head of commission. To them, we will feel say, okay, now independent body there. But technically, now they choose that. Certain things that they're going to do favoritism on certain area. Now so you go show. So, and the chief minister need to go back now and call these people. You know, to even for read the for present whether they read the thing. No. They for sit down at table. All man puts in their own input. The religious council, the civic rights council, they add there. You put there, then they inject their own idea. How we go able to attack peace peace in this country? What we for do? How we go able to preach unto the people there? Because these are the people where they interact with the common man every day. The imam, the mosque, the rabbi, the sheikh, the councillor, where some man, the councillor in the senior area, you know, they see parliamentary, you go able small problem, go wrong, go to a councillor. The mayor, where they deal with the other staff there, civil rights, these are the main people there. They bring in board, they sit down at table, they draft our. Now, so, now this area, so this community, now so that we will able to approach them, or do this, or do this, or do that. You know? But you don't do that all. They go now, Parliament, they read big English. No, they're not the do tools. They're not the do tools. So the idea we're getting wonderful. That's good idea. But you don't left, you just tell somebody, example, say, but go cook potato leaf. You know? You don't call this, say, I left for put fish, turkey, all kind creature that you don't mention until this person in mind. The time for cooker now, you don't have nothing. You just say, I don't cook though. Go now, go taste the process, nothing. Solve self nothing. You know they do so. You let for go back and call these people. If they really mean for let peace then in that country, you let for involve the people that where they're necessary. That's all I get for tonight.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, they're live on air. Your name and who you call from, please.
Yeah, this is not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike. You get 3 minutes, sir.
You know, I just want to say, this administration, they like for do things backward, because you not go say you want peace or you try for, bring peace. The actions are very backward, Look what they don't do to the army right now, Look what they don't do to the police. Look now, they don't bring foresters. They the foresters and terrorize people, but you still say you want peace. Your actions, not they look say you want peace. At the country, Your actions look like saying, now you say they create the problem. This administration, they vision a fool with fool by or we not get sense as Sierra Leoneans. I don't understand. Maybe not so them feel say we not get sense, They need to stop them here. Now they create the violence, but then they come back ask for peace. I don't understand Nani. How they begin to punch the person, they continuously punch the person, but you want peace. I don't understand that one day. Up till now, they don't give you proper, information about what happened at Pademba Road. The killing of McKinney, all NTR. You want peace, but give you information on what happened,
Well, come remember then na Padema Road. Up till now, they don't even get and bail it. You know, when they create so much problem, now say more one piece. I don't understand what is, you know, like what in things we fool bad. Now fool we fool as Sierra Leoneans. We know they see what they do. We know they see what they do. We know they see all the tribalism where they go on in the country. You know, well, them people are left with, man. They're left for this double mind. When I do what's right for the people there, Leone, you know, if you serve for 8 years, when I serve for 10 years, after that, they want to come out. When I don't can waste no time, man, for peace. What you want to light? One light and water. When I give you light and water, because the peace you own, this not unnecessary thing, man. Now, I say when they create the violence, but on one piece. You know, now this stop we, man. When I bring light, man. I don't know what we want. I'm your contribution, I don't know.
Hi, thank you very much, Mike. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yeah, this is Omar from Minneapolis.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you, sir. I get a different take. The other side of the coin on this one. I think a first great step. This is just introduction of the bill, right? Okay. In Leone take pandisis, the bill says that's what they introduced them, you know, even at the developed world and says that it can come the proposal stuff, bring and come up. I think our first great step that one is the way for go about the process now, at the next step down the way they need for bring religious stand, native stand, every common man at Sierra Leone, you know, all them people in it, because we really need education for this for the whole at Sierra Leone. Not just people that were there on top though. People that were at the bottom, therefore know the need for peace in that country or unification. Because if we not get there in peace or any other stuff, you know, you're not going to able to go on in that country. If we develop that country, it will be very, very tough, you know. And waiting at the realize self again is we still dwell in the past. The thing and they don't pass already. I no say you can forget, you forgive, you know they forget. But if we go back for revisit what don't happen in Sierra Leone, it will open all wounds then where it will be very, very tough for low heal and go past that particular stage of it, you know. I don't say it don't happen there before. But if everybody put hands on deck for let that not happen again in that country they go fine. We'll bury all the assets, you know. All those things that happen, say, hey, people are not lost, people left. We know how it devastated to everybody. Even people that were overseas, it didn't get an impact on them, you know. Even though they get a way for coming overseas, you get people like that. You don't get restart at all. Night, you wake up from above, not problem, you know. And we're not for stop for the dream. Because dream in general, now a conduit, not a fallacy, now a conduit to ideals, now a conduit to aspirations, you know, now a conduit to success. So if people and the people say, oh, Sierra Leone, we don't let this year, we don't take 60-something or 30-something years, 40-something years, we don't even achieve nothing, you know, go dream. No, that's wrong. Because you keep for dream. For let you get to your cherished aspirations, you know, a prospective ambitions. Now so people when they achieve that stuff. But I think in our first great step, where this person, this chief minister had introduced the bill. All we need for do now, the people that wait for involved in, I mean, I think every Sierra Leonean for take part into this. If we start from the grassroots, if that education don't there for everybody other, then we all will know the need for peace and unity in that country, you know. So now me on take that tonight, yeah.
Thank you very much, Umar.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Oh, listener Francis, I'll call from Hawaii. How are you, bro?
Good. 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I'll let the program a little bit. The bill what the chief minister going to introduce in Parliament.
they don't make a referendum, like they don't make a note for the public, say they don't interview people, let people get their opinion, or you just go into the samples.
Now some of the things that maybe don't happen already in Bintumani 3, before whatever else you don't add or don't do to them before it can go so now in Parliament.
Oh yeah, because other people then they say this bill, this and that. No. If man and they on the process for introduce the bill, all my own problem here is I just feel say if they want to introduce this bill now, they forget a public opinion, they forget a public consumption to the public, bring in the religious people, bring in the stakeholders, they send their ideas before they go into the parliament now. So I feel say that's what they don't do. But if they don't go introduce her now, I believe say that just first reading. Then go look at them, then debate on them. If they think time to go, maybe they will go with the public. So they begin debate on them. So I know if you say people for blame chief minister for blame any other person for now. Let's just wait and see. All what you want to know, what's it inside the bill? If we don't make a known to the people, then what's it inside the bill? What the people have consumed it? What people that say for begin analyze it. If we don't make a known to people, then now this now you don't propose. But if you don't go to another parliament for start a first reading, I think I did the question might be. Now me contribution that they know.
Thank you very much, Francis.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, live on here. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yeah, I need to talk to.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Peace is a good thing, but at the same time, you don't forget all parties involved. You just try for cajole people or try for impose your own set of rules, like what Alaji said earlier on. He said you need to get every party involved, then at least you'll be able to negotiate the way towards the peace. And also, Mara said, Mara, even take was you never get the youth involved, which is true, because the youth that actually then the one that we did brainwash for drunken street to go cause havoc. But if the authorities then can able to forget the youth them involved, meaning that we get things for them for do, whereby they go able for to get income, I don't see any reason for them to drink street way politicians say can go fight by under, because then get responsibility for taking care of their family and they getting money when they don't for take care of their family, because they don't get nothing for do, and the politicians they brainwash them and make you see them they drink street. But in the whole, I think peace is very good, a very good thing for the country. It will stabilize and the tension, and it will also help to bring in investors, So at least, therefore, try and work towards it. But at the same time also, you will try for bring the peace, you for watch what you they say. Because you will try for intimidate the other party then when involved in the peace. That will bring confusion. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Make I just read some of the messages then. On Facebook, Mohammed Kamara says, Chief Minister, for go back to the drawing board and avoid this one-man show rhetoric. Arthur Tucker say there have been reports on waiting upon Namakeni from independent bodies and also waiting upon Napademba Road. Pademba Road, the authorities in Pademba Road then become the Ngiwi first phase. What they say then they come back up to that, they're not can give yet in detail waiting be really happen na Pademba Road. Michael Coker say the idea of the bill na good one, but the process wouldn't use for draft the bill na ain't get question mark. He say the need for go back na the drawing board and include all stakeholders to formulate a fair and just bill. Alpha Talker say I think he will respond to, I don't forget which caller, and he say the outcome of the Bintumani 3, where the religious council and civil society them be diddy. Okay, make we just squeeze this person in, even though I don't lock the phone line, but now one of the regulars. make we just squeeze them in. PSD, next time you go pay. You go pay next time because I be don't lock the phone line. But give you 3 minutes. Waiting and you don't take for today.
Yeah. Well, what happened? Me are glad over the issue. The way they do the thing, but the only thing where they involve the other callers and see where they involve the religious people who go to the mosques and churches. I think more people go for go pray. With a preach about God in business, if anything from the country back, then go preach and they at least. Then they involve all the other parties them. At least let them safe come inside, let them all make our let the country before, because when they say development, all hands for the on deck, at least let them put hands together. Either be black, red or blue, yellow, all party, green or yellow or pink or white. Let them all put hands together. You just give an example, if you like a stick, if you stick the one, you try for bend and they broke down easy. But if you put a bunch of sticks like a 10, 20, you give somebody for the broker, and not go broke at all. You don't see it. So we really want that. The number two, let God bless a doctor. They want to talk concerning the development they want. When they still go partner, please do the big day. Although doctor called 3, but he left 1 being where are the rules? The light, water, electricity. And they go as a light, the water, health, and rules. Because rules back is very important. Where road and fine. You will drive motor car, you will get market, a bush, you out and a big tongue. At least the country will go before, at least putting no good strain so far. The other thing back I want to talk now concerning this 2 things back when that camera my business. Camera my business, you don't involve yourself. Me at least I watch over OIV before they invite them. You get to talk. So now the Lord don't when the Lord don't hold him, may Lord do it because somebody don't do something because of one thing or another, they release them or be down on bail. Yeah. Look in because go may they see what happen inside the matter. Yeah. But me like any what come around me no go do me, I no go do overseas here. Who don't there so. Bra, I go and I get for go put on politics and then do it for free. If I turn I what about go do business instead of for free, I no go put on by any politics in our country at all. Then 2, that thing we do, all people know they get picking. Although yeah, me about there I get small picking. Always we talk now, at least I have vibration, so we get small picking there. But if anybody knows they get small picking, then can tell what that man they do. You know, for do at least. You're not fine. If you're not to you picking, how you go feel? You know, tell for a call for fine. Then this thing will happen. This way they talk about whether public talk about the politician, whether they sending you to them, made them stop for the father, the politician for send them. Yes, go do so. Then give jamba, then give rum, then give money. Go do that. Like the thing happen na Loshar will not happen. Yeah. Then we send this go do that, go do that, you know, call well. Market okay. Did not happen. We don't access this deny a killing one, but you know really right. Then it could be a lesson. The security personnel don't get it again at least. If it happen, if you come and arrest people and say, hold on, put on cell, but not for open, take gun and fire at your citizen. You know right. Then what happened at that Tumbo area there, that Tumbo side. Me at least in the news, they saw the boats and now the corridor for the boat, they made them go 10 or 8 or 5. Una see no go a large quantity. When I grab, they go bomb police station, grab, they go bomb Ministry of Health station, you know, call for. They don't do anything outside, they're really wrong. They're really wrong, they don't try after they do bad. Then they establish that country for doing getting right water or this and that. You know, if they say, when I do true that, they are really confirmatory. Yeah, go do some things then. But when the police show they pay you 100 or something per euro, what you come out for? Like if there's one man, they hold if them Amanda, if you pay that money, you know, see because of that, you go fight the police. Like Lord, they put if you're able, you obey the law, able, you left her. You don't see. You know, they so they talk to the they made them be with the big, they made them, they let them for like a politician. That's why they never send them picking them, brother, parents and now they send. We want to say, okay, send the picking, low all can go. Send the brother, all can go. Send the sister, all can go. Don't give out. The last one, the Leone Star. Me, I'm not glad at all, bro. But the Leone Star, I simply glad before they draw. If we don't be them and have grown, all support. You see, God give support. The 7 billion population, halala for them. But that draw me not please at all, really. They need to do more the next time. Now we don't know that pressure. We need to win all other games. This they can't what you can't talk to the at least you can't interview. We see for win this game at least Now we don't go draw, pass away for personal for winning our games. Who knows what will happen? So that very much.
Thank you very much, PSG. Thank you, sir. After Talker he say, we will never have peace if we get for satisfy the people before peace. We not go ever get peace if we want for satisfy the people before peace. I don't know if you come to peace before election or election before peace. But that now it's in Arthur Talker say. Umar again from Minneapolis he say keep dreaming because keep dreaming for peace in Salon. He say dreams are not fallacies. He say these are conduits to ideals, cherish aspiration and prospective ambition. Let me see if any other message there. Okay. Timbuktu say Leone star dip and draw soup. I forget about yourself say they around. Sulaiman Bangura or Bangura Sulaiman. That the comment where you make, now in the try for sure say we need peace and we need national cohesion where we can be intertwined together even with different ideas. Then we able for come out and able for speak one word. I learned something today from the Nigerians them. I don't know if you were watching after the game. Where they play the song, where they make fun of the Nigerians them. Maybe they play the song, prove them wrong. So as he say, the one catch, Solomon can say catch feeling. So what I do? I ask them for suggest a song. I ask the Nigerian fans them maybe they watch and share network, make them suggest a song. They all suggest the same song. All the one the way comments. Now the same song and then suggest make a play. All the one the way comments. What's in now one they teach we? Then kind of a different platform. The man begin feel bad. But it's just Tripoli. I'll be able to cajole them, even though they make fun of them. But at the end of the day, I give them an opportunity. Let we say, now we, Sierra Leoneans, them, been go na another country platform like the way they came to us. Don't then give it that opportunity day. For see, make we choose a song. If you all say we all go speak one, or then a different platform, say, may we all just choose this one. If not by meet up now, if not the first person, but I think about 3 or 4 people them do it together, then all the rest just follow. Because I tell them, say, now one, them for choose. Me, I admire them. Because if not being we, goes on side so, and say make we choose. It go difficult for make we all now choose one. Maybe Sarah network, we don't family now, we don't get an understanding in how we they do things. So even when me want forget stuff about no stress, say network family members they will be the listening at them. Begin say, oh, no, give them no stress. And I had to play it. But this one, shall we say, then get one word. One word, then get them. Unity, then get them. Now the main reason now one day, even when they left Nigeria, then come out. you dey see them, even with all them different tribes. Inside the country, no more than past 200 million. But when they come out, you dey see how they work together in unity. Uno beteo, uno boku. But even when we come out, even when we left Salone with Canada, we're not able for speak with one voice. I learned from them today. And that one day, it got me attention. Say no wonder when they thrive. I know they bring weekend down, say we know they thrive. But those little things, them. Those little things, them. It help we. Now they talk about peace and national cohesion. The matter of fact say, the chief minister, in knacking blue suit, he hold the bill. He go read first, he go read second. Not so the day we go to Parliament, he no say they go to you. Say he go make appointment. Say they go there. In able say safe, make he bring the interreligious council kind side. For me, they can't see, don't make the equity go talk. You don't even talk about the civil society them. You go say something the citizens, now the parliamentary and then they don't represent to it. Even the youth groups them. You go say, oh, now something because now the first day. My dear, I think that first day they safe. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Anybody we the idea of having an independent commission for peace and national cohesion, if you're against them, you have a problem. Because we need them. We need them because the national cohesion, it get gallop, it get put all them na the country. Unless they think otherwise. But this, we need them. But not to say because the chief minister, he don't go there today, or he don't go there last week, and don't read all the big grammars them. The one way me not agree with, the parliamentarian we talk say, when they're ready for pass them, they need for, no. When even it's being discussed, when even then they discuss them, we need for Didi. These people need for Didi. Even though now, so that we go able, you go able for ye would have been say, would have not been say, because even though we then did it, they not go ask them for talk. But please, we want to get this right. Mameka Maya say 7.3 million people, but we get 600 million by that. Alaji Sila say we always blame politicians for spread tribalism, but we self we get problem. Unless we come together and forget about me, and me tribe. And begin think about Salone first. America first. Make America great again. How see that when they end up? Yeah, as I tell us, they say Nigeria and themselves then get them political differences, of course. But then they play with their country, which is true. Even in Nigeria, the stand-up comedians, then you don't see them, they make fun of them president. They do. Then they make fun of them president just like how they do in the United States. Try and us alone. Just try and it's small. You just try. Now that day you go learn Chinese. Quick one. But what are we saying here? We need this for work. I thought, talker say, we're not going to satisfy. Even though if person not satisfying, make it be a part. Make it be a part. At least, in self, voice go did. Because now they will no one for me some. Political parties, the one they know in parliament to, the one they know in parliament to, the youth they now, everybody for be a part. Then for so popularize them that small picking self for able for no. If na songs then get for whatever way then get for do. If na I talk over and over. They want let this thing go before. May they make 1 to 2 minute audio advert. Then push on a WhatsApp. 1 to 2 minutes audio advert. Then push on a WhatsApp. Basically, everything we concern, let them the cut. They make them, then push on a WhatsApp no more. Then go download her, then go listen her. But this big English will just fasten and everything up black and white, that they left. From the black and white, the paper, if it be translated into waiting the common man go understand. Because even the white paper report, OC Ministry of Information and Communication, then go round the different provinces them for go popularize them. If you really be follow them, the message will then be go it, na be different one. Yes, then they talk about the white paper, but the talk then will be there underneath. A pass waiting the white paper be the talk about. So we find people who not then job that one day, make all these audios. If they get press release, then put some power different language them audio, put on a WhatsApp. But almost them press release, they know they come out from civil society or from government or from this or from that or they're all. This is the new medium. If we say they look and by the eye they go, okay. Even though you were blinding. If you promise we 100, at 10 and a day stop. They say each one have been 10. But I'm not surprised anyway, because for the 2018 election, I saw it be promised we back. I'm not say one day I will get opportunity for sit down with them. And me, I be able for make him remember all that. Omar from Minneapolis say we get too many people who get disease heart and the hatred, and they know they let things go easily. Then they do the mandate team in Limbana SLBC, allegedly as. Then they do but not as frequent though. Not as frequent. I think on the news they do. I think at the 9 o'clock news, then they do But that's so normal. You talk about Syria. You talk about Syria. I say if it ain't on our website. It ain't on our website. I'm talking about the audio. You say the Rotorata or Botobata, because they don't cancel, or then they will come for on Saturday though. But I hope say one of the 10 where they go salon, I will get opportunity for sit down with them. And we'll talk. Definitely. Make me in talk. Because every day they give you different one. And instead they aspire for rule salon. All mama rule salon. Make change just how you day. You're not going to be president before you effect change. Eh? The little one where we able to on a Syria network, now they do so. We give everybody voice. Eh? We give all man voice. I say, make we left here. We'll left here today, but we'll come back tomorrow. Yeah, I've been to say me enjoy what I talk the Niger. No, go for sure and say, they represent all sides. So now make her be talk the way we them for understand. If you do, Judge Kamal not be glad for that. Eh? Ezekiel say people will let things go easily if only the leaders can be truthful to them. See, our leaders never admit guilt, so how will we expect forgiveness? I'm going to just say outside the judge you wake up. Okay. Timbuktu say make people no vest. Exactly. Solomon, the vest quick. Is that way, eh? How the vest? I tell us, say Syria, they now the recording studio now. Oh, they wait for her. They wait for her. Most of one pass now. We'll go prove them wrong. No, on Saturday. I left Daniel. The spot you know, we can't talk about on Saturday. We saw team up, we saw waiting there for we. I'll left here now. Good day back tomorrow. Till we meet again. Triple C. Tata.